Hi guys, the job of MPs in the House of Commons is to represent their constituents and, if they're in opposition, to hold the government to account. At the same time, the media has another job, to challenge the government of the day. Perhaps it's difficult now because they're used to having ministers on who told barefaced lies or tried to make excuses for terrible policies. But journalist Trevor Philips put a frankly bizarre question to James Murray, the Exchequer Secretary to the Treasury, about Liz Truss, asking if ministers had apologised to her.
Have ministers apologised to Liz Truss for the initial briefing on the King's speech, which described her economic programme as a disaster?
Have ministers apologised? Has Liz Truss apologised, do you mean?
No, but the point is that this is a civil service briefing, and it described the previous government, their previous masters' actions as a disaster. That's not in line with the standards of integrity that you've promised us, is it?
Well, I don't know that particular briefing you're talking about, but I think everyone...
There's 100 page plus that went out with the King's speech.
Everyone knows that what Liz Truss did to the economy was a disaster. It crashed the economy. People are still paying the price for it now. And actually, the lesson that we take from what Liz Truss did is that if you make unfunded spending commitments, it not only crashes the economy, it harms the most vulnerable in society the most, which is why, in the context of the discussion we've just been having, making sure that all of our commitments are fully funded and we can say exactly where the money is going to come from is so important.
All right.
I'm dumbfounded. Apologise to Liz Truss. Why the heck would anyone apologise to Liz Truss? As James pointed out, it's Liz Truss that needs to apologise, not ministers apologising to her. Now, I'm trying to understand exactly the angle that Trevor Philips is approaching this with, because is the problem civil servants handed over information to the new government and said, look, Liz Truss has left an absolute disaster behind, and then they cited that information, perhaps without their permission? Then if that's the case, then ministers have to apologise to civil servants, not to Liz Truss. In what scenario does Liz Truss deserve an apology? Because I can't think of a situation where you had a prime minister who lied about things, who pushed through a mini budget that was formulated, that was designed by people in Tufton Street, I believe, to hand over more money to the richest in society, and they had no way of paying for that. They never actually checked with the OBR, or if they did, they didn't wait for the OBR's response. And of course, the markets reacted to that. How are you going to pay for this? We don't know how we're going to pay for it. So the markets reacted to that information. Now, who is responsible for that? Is it civil servants, or is it ultimately the Prime Minister and the Chancellor at the time, Liz Truss and Kwasi Kwarteng? So they are the people who have to apologise. I really don't understand what Trevor Philips is getting at here, suggesting that government ministers today have to apologise to Liz Truss, because in the new King's speech, it described reality. Once again, I don't know what Trevor Philips is getting at here. Is this an attempt, look, I need to hold this new government to account, I need to challenge these MPs, I need something. Okay, they talked about how Liz Truss's mini budget was a disaster, or how she crashed the economy. Okay, I better challenge them on that because I have nothing else, it seems. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think about all of this. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.